Fellas, let's talk about some music. Favorite Busta Rhymes track. I'll go first. Do you really want to party with me? Let me see is what you got for me. Put all your hands where my eyes can see. Straight buck wildin' in the place to be. That was one of the hit songs from Busta Rhymes from his sophomore album, When Disaster Strikes. That's a hell of an album. Also, the third album, I can't remember the name of the album. Champ will probably tell me, but that track with him and Janet Jackson, what's it gonna be? Those
That
are
was
Yes.
my
ELE. I think that was Extinction Level Event. I think.
yes,
Yes.
1998.
Yeah.
1998. Essential levels of event. That track with him and Janet Jackson, and then of course don't this shit make my people want to jump, jump. Don't this shit make my people want to jump, jump. Past the Courvoisier song. So Busta, love his tracks, love his energy, just love his rhymes, especially the way he rhymes that fast. There's him. Shout out to Chi Town's Twister. He could also rap fast as well. But Busta Rhymes, when it comes to tracks, put your hands where my eyes can see. What's it gonna be with Janet Jackson? Pastor Cavassier, give me some more. Make it clap. Touch it. And then also his debut album, The Coming. And also, let's not forget the late great Craig Mack. Remember the remix of Flavor in Your Ear? That
Yes.
verse?
Oh, his verse was so fire.
That was
His
a
verse
good
was
verse, and it was a
his verse
comedic
was
verse
so
as well.
fire.
That
His
was
verse his verse was so fire. Oh my gosh.
Who wants to go? Who wants to go?
Oh, I'll go. I'll go. Um. Oh, gosh. Surprisingly enough, my favorite Busta album is Genesis. He has some good
Okay.
tracks on the Genesis. He has some good tracks on the Genesis album.
Mhm.
For me with Busta, the Genesis album was kind of like that. Okay, yeah, you doing your features, you killing the features, you killing the, all that. Can you still do one by yourself? He killed. I love Genesis. He killed Genesis. Oh, he killed it. Um, my, I got a lot of favorites. I mean, there's Dangerous. There's Give Me Some More. There's In the Ghetto with the Rick James sample. I love that song. Um, but my favorite Buster track is the one with Linkin Park. We Made It. That's my favorite. That's my favorite Buster track. It's like the tempo, the beat, and then the late great Chester, God rest his soul. His voice could make any song sound like 10 times better. And his voice with Busta was it was just like the perfect contrast. And that song was just so I love that. I love that song. That's my all-time favorite Busta track, but I could probably have about, good lord, a good 15 to 20. But if I had to have to pick one, yeah, we made it with Linkin Park. That's my favorite Buster track.
Mitch?
That was actually one of mine, so I'm gonna go with a different one here. Thank God I have a list right here. Make It Clap it's from Ain't Safe No More. That's one of them. I also gotta go with Holla Man from the Wasp in 2001. I think that's
Mmm.
up there as well. And last one, I'll Hurt You, the Kill Steals Volume 1, 2006.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, those are my
Oh.
top three.
Mm-hmm. I love the one. Oh, I forgot one last song. I may still. I am fun. Thunder. Remember the track with him and Mariah Carey? Baby, if you
Yes.
give it
Yes,
to me,
Yeah.
I'll give it to you as long as you want.
boy, they still rock that on the radio. That's a good
Yes,
Oh, they
sir.
song.
do. I
Yes.
was listening to Hot 97 the other day, and they were playing that track. Big Champ.
Hey man, look here. A certain beat that he made, another person, but that we covered last week, another big time artist. You know, everybody remembers Boss's Life, but you know what? I remember Everybody Rise. Huh, I never, man. I never forget, man. We used to go to the gym back in the day, back during my amateur days, and we used to cut that on while we was doing jump rope. Everybody rise! And if you ask me, that was one of his hidden gem songs. If you really cut that on now, everybody want to talk about being a boss's life with Snoop Dogg and Akon. But I remember it for being Busta Rhymes' song. Rise was one hell of a song, man. It got you rowdy, man. And I understand, man, that we're not talking about features, but the thing he did with Annie Up, that was, great. And you know what? I don't want to bring this up, but I have to. But I never forget the Hail Mary remix with him and Eminem and everybody was going at Ja. Now I like Ja, but that was evidence of everybody on Busta Rhymes, like, don't test my skills. Like, and if you ever notice, nobody before nor since he made that song ever tried Busta Rhymes as far as battle rapping on the mic. Because that was a feature, and everybody said, you know what? Whatever chance that Ja had is over when Busta had joined that beat. Because when he came out, I think about the game is what it's like, and what would it be without you?
Without you.
Hey, true story. I was in the car with my sister. Shout out to Ace. I was in the car with my sister, and we was driving in that raggedy 95 Toyota that my mom had gave us. We was driving in that, and we was listening to that. And we looked at each other. We was like, well, that be pretty much over. We know who won that one. And when he did that on that track on the Hail Mary remix,
It was over.
It was over. I mean, and like I said, that was Busta saying, look, don't try me on this mic. I make a lot of fun songs. I make stuff to make you bop. I make stuff to make you laugh. But when it comes to my mic skills, do not try me. And that was never any more evidence than that right there. That was a very good song. Man, let's not forget, man, the song, people don't understand Busta, what it is right now with Khalees. Hell of a song. Me and my father, shout out to my father. Father's Day's coming soon. Shout out to my father. Me and him used to love that song. And this was around the time when Busta cut his dress off in that video. So, man, Hail Mary remix, Everybody Rise, Annie Up remix, and that those particular songs, man, those were great. And people don't talk about.
Remember the "Look at Me Now" song?
Yes, I was just about to get to that, man. And you just returning the favor, PSP. Sometimes I steal your thunder. Now you stealing mine. So,
thank you,
man.
to D Serrano. Thank you to D Serrano.
I'm gonna stick with Grandma Ye, but hey, D Serrano, if you need a sponsor, check my man PSP out, the New Jersey Genius.
Grandma Ye is really good too, though.
Yeah. So, yeah, I'm trying to put my guys on there, man. Shout out to the Wolfpack, by the way. But hey, man, look, some of the features that Busta Rhymes has done is incredible. I never forget when he got on the Speeding remix. Just like the Autobahn is just God in the speed limit. Hey, fast life, we getting fast money, fast food, fast cars. I mean, Busta is one of the most underrated artists of our time. All these great albums. I mean, I don't think that Busta has ever put out a bad album. And we've seen some of the all-time greats put out a bad album. We saw LL Cool J put out a bad album with 14 Shots to Your Dome. We saw Jay-Z put out a lackluster album. We even seen Snoop Dogg and maybe even, depending on what your flavor is, even the great Tupac put out an album that wasn't very, very received well. But Busta Rhymes has never put out a bad album. I could put in a Busta Rhymes album and rock it out for the next 3 days and not skip one song.
His lyrics, man, is no joke. And remember, leaders of the new school. Remember leaders of the new school. Remember that rap?
Rah, like the Dungeon Dragon. Yes, man. Hey, Yo MTV Raps was a big thing, man. I mean, that leaders of the new school, man. that was a critically acclaimed song because we never seen that many guys get on one track. We seen groups get on a track, but to see two super groups do that together was special, man. I mean, people will say to this day that was the best verse Busta spit, but I will say the verse that he did on Hail Mary remix and I gotta say the one he did on Annie Up, man, because Annie Up, that was special, man. I live. They actually had to stop playing that at certain clubs, man, if you really go back and look at it, because I didn't know what certain words meant because I was so young, and I won't say them, but I didn't know what certain words meant. And when I found out what they meant, you start figuring out that stuff was literally happening at the club. So, I mean, they had to stop playing it. I know Columbus was one of the places they had to stop.
He was big in the late '90s, and remember the VMAs in '97 with him and Martha Stewart.
Yeah, yeah. You know what? Considering what we was talking about before we went on the air, I got you there. But man, that was Chris Rock. Chris Rock always creating an iconic moment on the VMAs or the award show. That was special. But
that was.
But man, look, man, Busta Rhymes, man. Hey, PSP, man, hell of a job on this, man. Hey, in the great words of the great Jay-Z, you a fool for this one. But hey, Busta Rhymes, one of the most underrated artists in history, especially when you consider the competition that he had to go against. DMX, you had to go against, Jay-Z, Ja Rule, 50 Cent during his time when he was one of the most hottest artists during that time. He was outselling some of those guys. Kanye West, Nelly, not to mention, you're not only going up against the guys that are mainstream, you go against the guys on the underground as well. So, for him to be not considered one of the greatest of all time when it comes to his mic skills is a travesty. And I think people need to look at Busta a little bit more and put him in certain conversations because he should be there.
I love him and the hype man, Split Star. I mean, they did some really good videos, man. Remember the Pastor Cavassier video when him, Puffy, Pharrell, remember Harlem Nights?
Yeah. Yes, I remember that.
That was something special. But Busta, man,
You better watch out for that Bell Mountain.
Yeah. Lord. Hey, listen, man. This is why this is why the sports PSP, man. This is what we're gonna do.
You did that on purpose, BRF. I'm gonna get you.
No, I didn't, my bro.
I'm gonna get you.